Good morning, everyone. Those of you in recovery. So, 6 weeks in, how am I feeling? I cannot deny I am hating my body at the moment. No one can ever describe to you when you start seeing how areas can get big quite quick and how that can affect you mentally. I mean, sometimes I just want to say this, that could be a lot of fluid retention as well. You know, your body is not used to being in a surplus, so it's like, oh, I'm going to just keep hold of it. And my journey's only been 6.5 weeks. It's going to take 6.5 months probably for me to settle down. I hope I'm not doing too much. You know, I did that 10k run yesterday and oh my God, I felt so good. I didn't feel like I had to go. I wanted to go. I took it easy. I enjoyed the run. I felt fit afterwards. You know, I was breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, which is really tough. And I definitely recommend those of you that like to run and run too quick to try and keep pace, because you've got to do it in a certain pace, etc. I would try breathing in and out through the nose to see how fit you actually are, because I tell you what, it's tough. But anyway, I heard something really interesting this morning about recovery and about comparing recovery in a money sort of respect. So think of your recovery like this. Each time you diet and you restrict your body with calories, whether that is you do no exercise, but you only eat 1,000 calories, say, or you do no exercise and you restrict a lot, and you know that you're only eating a set amount of calories, which is well under your maintenance, even by just 100. And every single time, it's like having money in the bank, and you know, each day you have to pay a mortgage or a rent to have your body, which is a good way of putting it. So my rent for my body each day, just to have my body, not even to get out of bed, would be roughly about 1,500 calories. And if I'm not eating, say, 1,500, if I'm eating 1,400, then every single day that I'm renting this body, I'm going to be 100 pounds in debt, 100 calories in debt. I'm going to go in the red. Yeah. Now that's if I'm doing nothing. You then add on running a 10k, working, taking the kids to school, dashing here to the co-op and there to the co-op, and taking, you know, your sons, your daughters on a 5k loop, you know, to get them a little bit of exercise, or they're starting bike training, etc. So you want to get out with them and show them experience. And then you cook everyone's dinners, you do everyone's lunches. In between that, you're doing the washing, the cooking, the cleaning, the ironing. And then you finally settle down at 8 o'clock at night. And once you can reflect on your day, you know, you're feeling tired, but you know, it's the average, it's the norm, because us women have a fantastic ability to continue to keep going, unlike our peers, which, you know, unfortunately, you know, men don't share the same enthusiasm for jobs, hard work. They do in a different way, I suppose. I'm not going to be sexist here, so, you know, they do in other ways. But let's say you've rented this body for £1,500 and you're feeding it £1,400, but then you started making some repairs on the body, just like you would on a house, and you've done the cleaning. That's an extra 200. You've run a 10k run. That was an extra roof on the top of the house, for example, or, you know, I don't know, a hair dye, which cost £500. So you've done all this maintenance work on the body. You know, you've done your hair, you've done your nails, you've had a pedicure, you've done whatever. And each time you do some sort of form of maintenance on the body, that rent, which was £1,500, is now suddenly 2,500. But yet you've only fed it 1,600 calories. So we've got £2,500 in rent and charges, and yet you've only paid £1,600 to have it. Now that was Monday. You do this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and over a course of 7 days, each day you've been in 900 calorie deficit. You take that over a course of a month. Now, and each time you're going further and further in the red. You're renting this body. You're not sleeping all day in it. You're going out, you're getting the hair done from it, you're maintaining it, you're doing this, that and the other, and you're making charges on that body, yet you're not paying for them. And the only way to pay for them is either have that day or 2 or 3 that you have your coma state day where you rest and you only rent it for £1,500 and you don't really do a lot more. However, you still eat that £1,600 that you've been buying it from. So you're in a tad surplus. It's still not going to be enough to recoup all of that deficit and all that debt that you've just acquired. Let's say that you have a mad 3 weeks and you think, fuck it, I'm just going to train every day. I'm going to do HIIT. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. All of a sudden, that red deficit, that debt that you're acquiring, all them bills that you've had to pay, which you cannot pay in this journey, you're going to have to start paying them back. And all right, sometimes some of us can go all in, rent the same body, and you're paying well over the odds for it. So each and every day, that red debt, that deficit is going to keep coming up and up and up and up. For others, people that go all in, that deficit is going to decrease by potentially 2, 3, 4, 5 times the amount to somebody that only goes in a smidge. So if you've been used to eating 1,600 calories and keeping in a strenuous exercise routine, and then all of a sudden you think, all right, well, I'll start eating 1,800 calories. I'll do it by 200 and that's my lot. You're going to do that for a set period of time, and then you're going to panic like I always have. I always panic. I get 3, 4, 5 weeks into something and I think, shit, this isn't working. What if I just cut this? What if I swap this for this? What if I do that for that? You end up doing the same thing. And it all boils down to self-control, having a massive panic about weight gain. I'm doing it right now. I am 100% doing it right now. I'm eating the same amount of calories that I was 6 weeks ago, i.e. I'm eating 2,500 plus. So I'm eating in a surplus to what my body is burning. 100%. Might have only been a little surplus, but it was a surplus. Now I've added in 1 run, 1 gym. This week I'm contemplating doing 2 runs, 1 gym. And I can already feel myself getting attached to that. I just want to be thinner. I just want this to work. I'm still not there yet, and I hope that anybody that's watching this could resonate with the fact that it is not easy to all of a sudden jump head in and go, right, I'm going to stop exercising twice a day to just do once a day, or just stop exercising from 6 days a week. I'm going to do 3 days a week and eat more at the same time. If you're one of those people that can understand the fact that if you do that, you will likely get your body back a lot faster than somebody that isn't doing it the same way. If somebody's sort of half-arsing it, as they say. I really went all in for 4.5, almost 5 weeks without any forceful exercise. So anything that I didn't choose to do. I was already doing yoga and I was already walking the dog. So in my opinion, walking and doing that yoga was not forceful pieces of exercise. It was just me doing my normal. I don't do a lot else. I work very much at my desk. And although I try and get up and about and I do have a busy lifestyle, most of the time, I'm not gardening during the day, or I'm not a cleaner, I'm not spending 7 hours on my feet or something ridiculous. So I did go all in pretty much for the first 4.5, 5 weeks, and I guarantee I saw some massive changes. Yes, my body has changed, I'll give it that. Yes, I can feel fatty in a bit more areas, but my mood is definitely better. the way my mentality is towards my exercise and food is the key thing, because even though, yes, I've not had a period yet, my mentality towards what I'm doing to myself is better. I feel slightly guilty today over feeling a bit more tired than normal. Is this because I'm due on? Maybe. I haven't had an LH surge. I keep having a flashy face, smiley face on the ovulation predictor kit, which apparently is an indication of high fertility. I have had, I'll tell you how many, let's have a little look. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 high fertility, flashy, smiley faces. That's quite something. I think I've already had my ovulation and I've missed it. I've either had it and not picked up on the ovulation predictor kit, or I haven't ovulated this month. And I think, my cervical mucus, sorry, but guys, we've got to talk about this. It's very important. It's not so much drying up. It's less slippery as it was last week. I was wet as a whistle last week, ridiculously, like really. In fact, the week before that and last week, both very much the same. Didn't experience this egg white cervical mucus that everybody refers to as your peak fertile ovulation one. So maybe I haven't ovulated, I don't know. Only time's going to tell now, I think. We're going to very much keep a close eye in the next 2 weeks, because I think this is going to be a key time for me. It looks a bit more like it's not thickening up, but a bit more sticky. I can see more whitish elements of it, like a lotion, but it's not a smooth lotion, it's a sticky lotion. So I'm wondering whether or not that the progesterone now is kind of taking over, which is maybe why I'm feeling a bit more tired today. Because yes, I did go for a run yesterday. I know that I put my body through a stressor yesterday, but I've not done anything today. I slept well. I've slept a solid 7 hours. So I'm hoping that this tiredness could be just an overwhelming surge of progesterone. If I've got progesterone active, and the only way to tell is by getting your bloods done. If I've had enough, or if I've got enough progesterone in the blood, then I've ovulated. So maybe it's that, I don't know. Well, it's exciting to see what's going to happen. I just hope that in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be sitting in front of this camera saying, oh my God, I've actually had either a predictor kit that says I've ovulated, finally, or some sort of show. I'm going away next Thursday to Abu Dhabi, back again with the boys. So you can bet your bottom dollar the first day I'm wearing my white bikini, something's going to happen. It'll just be my luck. I hope that kind of connection with money resonates for somebody else, and that can help somebody, because it makes sense to me. I'm driven, I'm motivated by numbers. If I'm seeing a loss on the weighing scales, I'm like, yes. Or if for example, we're working numbers, so if I see good sales for the month, I'm like, yes, and I'm performing, I'm doing well, I'm doing what I should be doing. I've always worked very well with counting every single calorie, because I'm good with numbers. And if I can see that, oh, hold on a minute, if I've totted up and I've burned 800 today, but I've only eaten, 1,600 calories, with my maintenance on top of that 800 that I've burned, I've netted X amount of calories on a deficit. Yes, that was a good thing. You do that 800 deficit and you take that, of course, over a week. Your body's like, fuck off. I'm not going to provide you with the necessary means to keep your body running normally. I'm in 16,000 calorie deficit. You owe me 16,000 calories to get this reproductive system back up and running. I tell you what, if you give it to me quick and you give me 8,000, I'll turn it on in the next few weeks. if you slowly give me that 16,000, then I'm going to make you last at 6 months. That's the way I'm going to see it from now on. It's a good way of explaining it, I think. Give me a thumbs up if you like that, and subscribe to my journey. It's not easy, and don't be too hard on yourself, because we're all going to have setbacks. I think I'm experiencing a little bit of a one at the moment with my exercise. I feel compelled to do a bit more. I would give anything today to go to the gym, although I'm so tired, there's no way I'm going. It's a good sign. All right, listen, I'll see you tomorrow.
We're always on the edge. We fight and make love at the same time.